Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm a technician here at DLEAH, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to sex kittens. So it's not uncommon for us to get neonatal animals arrive at our hospital, and the owners or the people that found these animals are unsure if they're male or female, and it's our job as veterinary professionals to be able to help them with that. And when we have older animals come in, it's pretty clear, but it can actually be kind of challenging to differentiate between male and female genitalia in really young ages in animals. And so it is kitten season here in Portland, and I have a variety of ages of kittens that I can show you and help you see some of the differences that we look for. With that being said, be gentle on me because I have been wrong before, and any veterinary professional probably has been wrong at some time in their career. It can be really, really challenging, and it's totally not uncommon for us to see like clients come in and be like, I thought my cat was a girl for 3 years, and so it can be hard, but there's a couple key ways to be able to tell the difference depending on the age. So the first kittens that I have here are just a couple days old, and they tend to be the hardest to differentiate between them. So right off the bat, there's a couple things that I can say that help me. We can see that this is a dilute calico kitten, and they're typically females, but I want to be really, advise you to be careful of going off of coat types or hair patterns. Some of those things can be deceiving, and while we know that typically calico cats are female and orange cats are very often male, it doesn't mean that they are always that. So do your due diligence and check. So I'm going to go ahead and grab her first and see if she is indeed a girl. And basically, when you lift up their tail in the back, you can see two openings, and these are really close to one another. So the opening to the anus and the opening to the vaginal vault, they're really, really close to one another. And if this was a male, those two openings would be significantly further apart. So you can see here, because those openings are pretty much right on top of one another, that this is indeed a little girl, like we suspected. We can check this one too. Size at this age can be hard to differentiate, so don't go by weight. And those openings are very, very close too. And I suspect that this is also a female. Besides the distance between the two openings, the other thing that you can do if they're a little bit older is check to see if they have testicles present. That isn't something you can determine until a little bit later, like 6 to 10 weeks, depending on the cat itself. But if these two are a little bit older, you could further check to see if there were any testicles if you were unsure. But I'm going to call these both girls and then show you a set that's a little bit older. We are back now with 3-week-old kittens to show you, and I brought help because these kittens are a little bit more lively than the 3-day-old ones. So Rachel is a veterinary assistant here at DLEAH, and she is going to help me with them. So these are also stray kittens that came in, and we're going to turn them around and try to show you the differences here. And if you can just lift up their tails. So like if you look at them comparatively, you can tell the differences in the spacing. So here, this one here, those are pretty far apart, and so this one is a little boy. So you can see the opening down here and up there. This middle one here, the black and white one, I think I took a peek, and I think we have a little girl. So if you see the opening there and see how much closer those are, that's a little female kitten. And then this last one, get little nails, they're all hungry. This last one here is also a male, and he has good separation there that you can see. So if you look at them side by side, this is one of the harder videos I've ever done because of the activeness of the kittens. If you look at them side by side, you can see kind of the difference in the space between. So female here on my right and male on my left. So in this guy, it's a little early, but I can kind of, if I'm really gentle, feel testicles starting to descend, which helps because you can see the spacing is pretty far apart. And then actually to have testicles in there can be really definitive in helping us get the right answer. These two kittens that we have here with us are 6 weeks old. They're also strays that are being fostered by a staff member, and they give us maybe of all the best representation of the differences between the distance between male and female genitalia when you're sexing kittens. So I said early on that often orange cats are males, and it's a general statement, but it's not a guarantee. So we'll see with this guy. These ones are much more active than any of the other ones, and they've been quite rambunctious. We'll see if they let us do this. Hi. So let's see if he lets me. So if you can see, this is a little boy, and so you see the anus here, the opening for the anus here, and then the opening to the penis is up here. So you can see here that there's quite a bit of distance. There's about an inch between the opening of the anus and the opening of his penis here. And if you palpate here, he's super wiggly. You can actually isolate his testicles too. So this is indeed a little boy. He's a rambunctious guy. He's a boy. And then this one we're going to look at. I will switch you out. You get handful here.
Come here, baby.
Evel Knievel. And so this one is a litter mate of his, also 6 weeks. And there, you can see really well on her. This is a female. I hope you all took your Dramamine here. You can see here, it's okay. The opening between her anus and the vaginal opening are really close together, probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch apart. And I'm going to try very hard to get them side by side. Rachel and I can try to do that. To show you the differences. So gray is a little girl and the orange is a little boy. So pay attention to the differences between the two openings in this space. So the male is about almost an inch apart between the opening of the penis and his anus, and the female is quite a bit closer. It can be highly dependent on the age of the kitten, on how challenging it is. But basically you look to see the spacing, the differences between the two openings, and that's how you sex kittens.